Hi YouTube. I wanted to let you all know about an audiobook I've narrated. It's titled Work With Me, Resolving Everyday Conflict in Your Organization. It was written by Gini Scott and serves as a guide for resolving workplace conflict by means of a resolution model Ms. Scott developed, called the ERI model, an acronym for Emotion, Reason, Intuition. This model makes it easier to analyze and resolve conflicts by showing you how to divide a conflict into smaller parts that can be dealt with one at a time. It involves getting the emotions brought on by the conflict out of the way first, and then using your faculties of reason and intuition to make choices about where to go from there. Each facet of the ERI model is broken down into detailed but easy to understand fragments, and examples of different kinds of interpersonal conflicts are presented through storytelling and the use of hypothetical situations, with multiple avenues for resolution being presented afterwards. While the techniques outlined in this book are mainly aimed at resolving conflict in a working environment, I believe that those dealing with personal conflicts outside of the workplace will be able to benefit from this book as well. I'll provide links to Ms. Scott's website in the description field below, as well as the link to the audiobook. I hope you consider giving this book a listen. I'll leave you with the retail sample now. Thank you. Have a nice day.
Work With Me presents a new model for helping you solve problems and create a more satisfying work environment. Whatever your role at work, whether you're a company owner, manager, supervisor, or another kind of employee, you can use the techniques in this book to deal with all kinds of conflict between individuals and within groups. This powerful, comprehensive method and the three-step model behind it are unique in that first they show you how to deal with the emotional fallout of conflict, and then they help you assess the contributing factors so that you can determine the best strategies for solution by drawing on your faculties of reason and intuition. I call this approach the Emotion, Reason, Intuition, or ERI, model of resolving conflict, and I've been developing and refining it for more than a decade. Use of the ERI model begins with steps that are intended to calm the emotions in the situation, your own or those of anyone else involved. Then you use reason to assess, understand, and evaluate the situation and the personalities caught up in it. For example, instead of assuming that the problem is solved after you have cooled down an interpersonal flare-up, you may need to make a change in the organization itself. Does the interpersonal conflict have an underlying cause? Perhaps a problem with the organization's structure, policies, or procedures. Next, you use intuition to think of possible solutions and alternatives. Finally, you turn again to reason in order to evaluate the possibilities for solution, and to intuition in order to choose your eventual response to the difficult situation. Along the way, you use specific techniques for dealing with particular types of difficulties. It may seem as if the ERI model calls for linear application of separate processes, but in reality, its elements constitute a seamless, integrated whole, whose elements you can draw on as you would draw on a repertoire of skills, using what is needed in particular situations.